Hey friends, my name is Jennifer Slagle. I don't know all of you, but I'm getting to know you and it's so exciting. I'm really proud of all of you for joining this group. We are so excited to be doing these trainings together as leaders and just really appreciate you guys jumping on board and spending your time with us. I'm going to try not to make this very long, but I think it's important information. Let's see, I'm just a tiny bit about me. I have been a distributor for almost 5.5 years now. I have a small team of ladies that I absolutely adore, and we have a great time together. And I don't know if you saw my why, but my why is to spread the love of Jesus and by encouraging other women in their inner beauty and their confidence. And I honestly cannot quote it verbatim for you, but that kind of thing, while also having an outlet for myself and supporting my family financially. So I'm really passionate about relationships and really enjoy all of those. So it's fun to get to know you guys. But tonight, or today, depending on when you're watching this, I am going to talk to you about setting goals and breaking them down. What we're doing this month is we're trying to take you guys kind of step by step through goal setting so that at the end, you are going to have some really distinct goals for yourself. And we're even going to create you can call it like a digital vision board that is really more specific to SeneGence. You can do that with your whole life, of course, but we want to focus on our SeneGence businesses with this. So tonight I'm going to talk to you in particular about how do you set goals and then how do you break those down into like bite-sized pieces. And this has been really helpful for me, but I like math. So for some of you, this might be a little bit more difficult, and that's okay. It's still really important to do because it will give you more of a picture of what you need to be doing on even a daily basis in order to reach your goals and your dreams, your vision for your business. So you've got your why, and now you're going to take that why and apply it to how am I going to turn that into more like practical goals. There are two kinds of goals when we're thinking about our SeneGence business. One is our financial goals, so how much money do we want to make? And the other is going to be sponsoring. How many people do we want to sponsor? And you can start off with the year, or you could start off with a month. I wouldn't break it down further than that at the beginning. I think that sponsoring in particular, kind of looking at a month-to-month basis can be helpful. And we're going to do this week. And then the last week, I'm going to come back to you and we're going to talk through some of the programs SeneGence has that really can help even enhance your goals a little bit more. So the goals that you guys decide on this week might change a little bit by the end of the month, and that's fine. This is just an exercise to show you how to do this. You're going to be reevaluating your business, maybe even every few months. And this is just a tool that you can use over and over again as you do that. Okay, so for your financial goals, you might have a yearly financial goal. Like say one of your whys is, I want to take my family on vacation. How much money do you need? Are you trying to set aside? Are you trying to go on a $2,000 vacation? Do you have a lot of family members or you want to go somewhere like really expensive? Do you need to set aside $10,000? Like, are you trying to go to Disney World for a week? Because apparently that's how much it costs. Do you need to set aside $10,000? Are you looking at saving up for a down payment for a house? These bigger things where we're like, I need a chunk of money by the end of this year. You can do that. Or you can do what I've done most frequently, which is look at our monthly budget and say, okay, well, I've got a car payment I want to cover. I have an electric bill I want to cover. Maybe you want to cover your mortgage for your family. You can look at those and look at them on a monthly basis. So that's where you're going to start when we'll talk about financial goals first, when you're looking at financial goals. So get either your year goal or your monthly goal. And if you have both, you can work with both. But you need to break it down when you start with a year to the monthly. So let's just say, gosh, I'm going to make up a number and say, make it easy. You'll have to use a calculator if it's not this easy. But say your goal for the year is $12,000. That means you want to put into your pocket $1,000 per month. Okay, so you now have your monthly goal. We Then look at how much do we need to sell in order to make that monthly goal. And if that's too high for you, don't be overwhelmed by me using bigger numbers. I'm just trying to make them easy to break down, okay? So if you need to say your goal for the year is, or your goal for the month is like $200 a month, that's fine. But what you're then going to do is you're going to take that. We've got a yearly goal of $12,000. We've broken that down into $1,000 a month. We're going to look at the month as having 4 weeks to make it simple. So break that $1,000 down again into 4 weeks, and that's $250 a week that you'd like to make. Okay. And then, 250 divided by 7. I should have done this before I jumped on, but it's somewhere between 70 and 80. Okay. So 250, no, more than that. 250 divided by 7, 280 divided by 7 would be $40 a day. Okay? So, yes, would be $40 a day. So we're just going to make it easy. 280 a week breaks down to $40 a day. That means that you need to sell enough product to make $40 a day. You can look at this in PV if you're ordering at 50% off, which that is always my goal. I think the minimum goal you should be at is ordering at 40% off, because after that, you really lose a lot of your profit. But I'm just going to go, again, we're going to make it simple. You're ordering at 50% off. So that means you need to sell $80 a day to make a profit of $40 a day. You may not make, you may have to figure in some overhead for that too. So I will sometimes just round up and be like, I need to sell $90 a day. And that you can be very, very specific with that. Or you can budget a little bit like I just did. So that's really up to you how you look at that. If you have never calculated what your overhead is, that is something that is beyond this training, but something that you can do. You need to look at, what do you spend on packaging materials? What do you spend on gifts with order? What do you spend on shipping costs that may not be covered by your customers? Those kinds of things, okay? And if you do sales, do you do sales a lot? I happen to do more sales than some people do. That works for me with my business. So I actually know that I make about 35% of what I sell. And I've just figured that out over the years. But everybody's going to be a little different there, but use that percentage. Say, I want to make this much money, so how much do I have to sell? And that's going to be your daily goal. Now, daily goals are going to be really helpful. Next week, Stacy's going to come and talk to us about daily IPAs, or income producing activities, and having your daily goal can be helpful for that. Now, you may work your business differently. Maybe you do vendor events, and you do 1 or 2 vendor events during the month. You may sell the bulk of what you sell during that vendor event. You may not be selling every day. And so you can look at your goals and adjust them that way. You may want to look at your goals on a weekly basis, because you're going to do most of your selling on the weekends, that kind of thing. You can make it work for you, but the point is to have goals written down that you can look at, paste them up on your mirror, paste them on if you have a cork board or something in your office that you're going to see, where you go, that's my goal. That's what I'm trying to get to. Am I doing it? How am I going to get there? So where Stacy's going to step in next week, and we're going to talk about doing income producing activities and how we set up our month to make those goals. But first, you have to know what the goals are. So this week, you're going to make the goals. So sponsoring, you're going to do it the same way. You're going to take, how many other women do I want to sponsor in a year or in a month? And then break that down to, how many do you want to do in a week? How many do you want to do a day? If you're sponsoring a person a day, God love you, you are going to be at the top of the company before you know it. But maybe how many do you want to sponsor in a week? And that be your goal. And then you can say, well, it's Friday. I haven't sponsored anybody. My week's over on Sunday. I better get to sending messages. It's time for me to get on this. It gives you that drive to push and say, I'm not done working because I haven't hit my goal. If I'm going to get to this goal, I'm going to have to keep working this week. Or I didn't make it last week. That's okay. We all have off weeks. I feel like maybe I have more off weeks than other people, but we probably all feel that way, right? So the next week you might make up for it. Or maybe you have a huge week. You have a, blowout event for your birthday. I know Jenny Lanes has a birthday this week, so she's doing a big event. Maybe that means that she's sold so much this week that next week she can kind of take a break and focus on her husband and getting some rest. Or, make the business work for you, but have your goals written down, both how much do you want to sell, how much income do you want to make, and how much do you have to sell to make that income, and how many people do you want to sponsor, and how does that break down on like a weekly basis, so that you can really look at your day, your week, your month, and say, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And we're going to give you more tools, like I said, next week for that. But what your homework is, and I talk so much, I'm so sorry this is longer than I wanted it to be, but I'm not shocked. Nobody that knows me is shocked. Your homework is to make financial and sponsoring goals. And I want you to break the financial goals down to daily. So how much in sales, not in PV, let's do in monetary sales. How much do I want to sell every day? And it doesn't mean you have to be, right? I'm not like putting pressure on you that, oh, you didn't sell your $90 today. You've completely failed. No, it just means, okay, well, I need to make up for that this week. That's fine. But how much do I want to make? How much do I need to sell? I want you to see like your month, week, day. And then for sponsoring, let's do month and week. So how many people do I want to sponsor in a month? I will tell you that to grow a team, it's recommended that you sponsor at least 3 people a month that place qualifying orders. And when I'm talking about how many people do you want to sponsor, I want you to think in terms of people that are actually working the business enough to place that first qualifying order, okay? To qualify. How many qualified distributors am I going to sponsor in a month? And so that's why we have the Make It to Maiden program, which is one of the many programs that SeneGence does to get us on the right track to succeed in the business. Okay, so for financial, you're doing monthly, weekly, daily, and for sponsoring, I want monthly and weekly. How many people? And it might be a fraction of people, that's okay. And I will post the Google Doc with this that we would really appreciate if you would fill out so we kind of have that data. It's easy for your leader to reference it using the Google Doc, the Google Doc method, but we also want you to post it here in the chat group because we want, and you're watching this on YouTube, but we want you to post it in the chat group that we have so that we can all like see what everybody else is doing and get excited and support each other. Okay. We appreciate you guys. We're excited to be here with you guys, and we can't hear about your goals. Can't wait to hear about your goals. Okay, I'm going to end this the way I end all my videos, and that is to remind you that you are beautiful inside and out, no matter what. And we'll talk soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.